Oh man, I gotta watch the season finale of Tales of the Walking Dead. Man, stop all that talk and get to the finale already.
Hey guys, it's Dan, your host, your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for Tales of the Walking Dead. And in today's video, we're going to be doing what is our final ever review for Season 1 of Tales of the Walking Dead. This is my review for the Season 1 finale, Episode 6, titled La Dona.
Alright guys, this one's going to be doing another review today. This one's going to be doing another review for Tales of the Walking Dead. And in today's video, we're going to be doing our video review for the final episode of Tales of the Walking Dead Season 1. This is for Episode 6, titled La Dona, or as the English say, La Donuts. There was a lot of comments from you guys over the past few days. A lot of people were talking about the title for this episode, and a lot of you guys have been talking about the La Donuts being the title. So I guess we're gonna roll with that, right? The La Donut. Okay, so anyway, let's talk about this season finale of Tales of the Walking Dead. So I am kind of probably gonna surprise a lot of you guys, because if you've seen some of the reviews obviously for Tales of the Walking Dead so far, you'll know that aside from the alpha episode, I mean, I have been probably the grumpiest reviewer on Tales of the Walking Dead. I just don't like it, man. I don't like the show. I don't think it's really that good. But this episode was really, really good, actually. This was really good. This episode is kind of in this, like, horrific haunted house type of environment, and I think for that, I think it really captured me in right away. And basically, well, let's talk about the plot of this episode. We've got this couple that are basically out there surviving, Adelia and Eric, Adalia or something like that. Her name is Spanish, so I apologize. But anyway, they're basically out there in the apocalypse. They're kind of out there trying to survive, and they run into this house that they go to, which has this lady in here that kind of lets them stay. She kind of wants them to get out of this house, but, she lets them stay for a little while. And, they end up eating, and they end up kind of chilling there, and she tells them, like, I want you to leave. I want you to get out of this house, right? So, they kind of think like, okay, maybe we should just leave, but Eric decides that, you know what, I'm just gonna straight up kill her right now. So that's what they do. They end up killing her, and they take the house right from her. So, yeah, pretty crazy beginning to an episode. I was just like, okay, so they're gonna just straight up take this house from this woman and, kind of claim it for themselves, right? So basically, they kind of stay in this house. They kind of make it their own and stuff like that. And everything seems kind of chill at the beginning of the episode. And this is the first time in Walking Dead history we actually dealt with what I would say a, kind of like haunted house, very like paranormal type episode. It was really, really different. And, you kind of get these scenes where the one female character is kind of going through this house, and she's kind of like hallucinating throughout of it. She's, dealing with these voices in her head, and like there's one part where she's like cleaning herself up in the mirror. You got like these hands that like start strangling her and stuff like that. It's really creepy. It's really different, and the music was top notch in this episode as well too. And she kind of approaches her boyfriend about it, Eric, right? And she kind of says, like, I've been hearing this stuff, and I've been seeing, like, odd things in this house ever since we moved in here, but he kind of blows it off. He kind of doesn't think anything about it. And as they're kind of exploring through this house, you've got Eric that ends up finding this, like, parrot, which is kind of cool. The parrot is kind of freaking out and stuff like that, and it's kind of like their pet throughout the episode and stuff like that. But anyway, they end up staying at this house, and throughout the episode, it just gets more weird and more strange and more, just kind of on edge, like even to a point in this episode where they're kind of like considering like maybe we should just go. And you get this one moment where, they kind of end up sleeping in the woman's bed that they just killed, which is pretty crazy. And the one female character kind of wanders off into this like other part of the house where you see like some zombies and stuff that are kind of like in these like trees and these vines and stuff like that. And he then kind of comes downstairs to see if she's okay, and they're not there anymore, right? So she's kind of like, he thinks like, okay, maybe she's going crazy or something. Maybe she's seeing stuff. And they kind of blow it off. They try to live in this house. It's continuing to creep them out, continuing to creep her out. And at first, it's just with her. She's seeing like the zombie in the tree. She's like seeing stuff on the walls like starting to shake off, which is really kind of interesting. And yeah, it gets really uneasy there as you kind of continue the episode. But even to a point where she starts kind of arguing with him because she's like, "Look, I know what I'm seeing. I know there's something wrong here." And he's like, "Yeah, but where would we go? Like, where would we go? Why would we leave? Like, this place is safe. You just gotta kind of relax and stuff like that." But she's, just kind of freaking out, right? So pretty crazy. And one of my favorite parts of the episode is when she actually wanders off outside for a little bit, and you've got like the fog and stuff, which is a really cool environment. And she ends up seeing the like ghost of this woman that they killed, that they took the house from. And it's like she's like haunting them throughout the entire episode, which is really frigged up. But she's like haunting them throughout the whole episode. You see like her silhouette as she's like standing here like this, almost reminds you of like an 11 from Stranger Things or something with the hand like this. Like I'm like, what the hell? And yeah, it was crazy. So anyway, they end up, kind of realizing that this place is not exactly good. And then Eric starts to kind of lose his crap too. He starts to kind of go crazy. He ends up, kind of freaking out. You've got the parrot that ends up freaking out, and you kind of have this like weird stuff that's again going on in this house, and it's just really creepy. He kind of starts realizing like he's seeing stuff too. She's seeing stuff, and they kind of start realizing like maybe they need to go, and they decide, no, let's just stay here. Let's ride this out. There is one moment where they end up like kind of having sex and stuff like that. And he starts like kissing her neck, and then it turns into like a zombie bite, and she like freaks right out, which is pretty scary as well too. So there was a lot of jump scares in this episode, and there was a lot of kind of intense moments. But anyway, by the time the episode comes to an end, and this is the one thing I'll say about the episode that I really didn't like, is literally the whole episode was really, really good. The only thing I didn't like is that by the end of the episode, and this is a spoiler warning for everybody, they end up getting killed at the end of the episode. Or do they, right? Because, it's kind of like they're having these visions and stuff like that, so it's kind of hard to tell. But at the end of the episode, from what I can tell, they get killed, and it's like the demon or like the ghost of this woman that is claiming her house back from these people that killed her. And even in death, and it's pretty creepy too, even in death she claims her house back and kills these two. This couple ends up dead, and the ghost of this woman claims the house back for herself, which is really, really screwed up. So only thing I don't like about the episode is that they die at the end, right? I would have liked to see at least one of these characters survive on longer. This was one of my fears with Tales of the Walking Dead, is that there would be an episode where everybody just dies and that's just the end of it, and there's no impact. Because that's the thing, there really is no impact. It's an amazingly done episode if you ask me, but the ending really falls flat. So, I gotta tell you, man, I had some fun with this episode. Very jumpy, very exciting, I really like the concept, how they're trying to find a place to stay. They go into this house, they kill this woman, they take this house for themselves, they think everything's okay, and then by the end of the episode, it's just, the ghost of this woman ends up claiming the house back for herself and ends up killing these two and creeps them out for a while, then kills them. So yeah, it's pretty frigged up, man, honestly. I found it to be very exciting, very horror thriller type, and I thought this was one of the most exciting episodes of Tales of the Walking Dead. So I'm going to give this episode a 9 out of 10. I thought it was really good. I actually would have given it a higher rating if these two characters survived. I like the acting. The two actors are really good. Unlike some of the other episodes of Tales of the Walking Dead, like Gina and Blair and like some of this other crap, the acting was actually very good from both of them. I don't know these two actors' names, but I will say this: they did very, very good. Very, very good. My favorite was probably the female character. She just had more of a, a focus time in this episode, but he was good too. Eric, he was really good as well too, and yeah. My God, man, really creepy episode. Really, really enjoyed this one a lot. It really caught me off guard because I've been rather in a bad mood with this show lately. So I'm glad to get an episode that's this good and this exciting. And yeah, this was really, really well done. So Tales of the Walking Dead Season 1 is officially over. Obviously, we will do a full season recap, guys, so make sure to stay tuned for that. We will give our full in-depth thoughts on this season in a video coming up later on this week. But that is it for this review, guys. That is it for Season 1 of Tales of the Walking Dead. Let me know, how did you feel about the season? How did you feel about this season finale? And, does this episode work for you as a season finale? Because honestly, I thought this was one of the better episodes of Tales of the Walking Dead. So, anyway, if you're new to the channel, make sure to click the subscribe button so you don't miss any other videos for Tales of the Walking Dead. Make sure to also follow me on Dan's The Walking Dead Reviews on Instagram, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys really soon for another video for Tales of the Walking Dead. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
I've heard stories. Walkers that can climb walls and open doors. I was never sure if they were just stories.